Skullgirls, one of the most influential and amazingly system-heavy fighting games. Skullgirls has done a lot that most fighting games haven't at the time. It's introduced a better tutorial mode, map buttons any way you want, and is fully animated, which means every frame is drawn by hand, which makes the animation smooth. It also has an amazing code that was done by someone who actually plays fighting games. We'll get into him later. So obviously you can tell that this game and Indivisible, its sister game that was made by the same company, you know what I mean, was made with a bunch of love and care. Now that we got most of the positive shit out of the way, let's talk about MikeZ and Lab Zeros now, shall we? Over the past few weeks, something has happened at Lab Zeros that has caught my attention, caught my eye, and I decided to take a look in it, you know, for my own viewing pleasure. I've praised MikeZ in the past for his coding skills, so curiosity got the better of me. I wanted to know what was happening at Lab Zeros. I wanted to know if everything was alright, if something was happening, and well, a lot has happened. It started off with me reading one post, then two, then three, then oh lordy loo. See, it all started to go south for me when Mike made a very inappropriate joke about a certain individual who couldn't breathe and started a whole movement by himself. And Mike, the dumb ass that he is, made a joke on stream that was very inappropriate, and you know, it's not his fault, he's just awkward. It was out of nowhere, and it was really in poor taste. But he later apologized for this, so we good? Actually, no, we weren't good. That was only the tip of the old Valentine lag syringe. Get it? Because that's a move in the game you can do. God, I love writing my own scripts. But anyways, following this up, the drama has been since radio silenced and no one has paid attention. That is, up until this day. A lot of people have started to come forward regarding things MikeZ has done at Lab Zero Games. A lot of them are very inappropriate. Big no-no in my book. It's a real fucking mess. Stuff like making sexual comments about his teammates, insulting their children, which is a very beta move to do, screaming at people and not do the necessary work if you weren't nice to him. He sounds like a 14-year-old horny teen, but I assure you this is a fully grown 37-year-old man. Now, let's play Connect the Dots a little bit, my favorite game. Why is Mike doing all of these things? Well, Mike is actually the sole owner of Lab Zero Games. He owns 100% of it. Not just like, not a portion of it, all of it. All of it is him. What I mean by this is that it's not fucking easy to separate the owner from the company. So most of the employees had to keep all of this under wraps. They had to keep all of their points, everything. They had to keep it under wraps. And honestly, I kind of applaud them for keeping it in this long, but the only reason why a lot of people are coming out or coming forward regarding a lot of statements against MikeZ, on August 31st, if you want to stay with the company and want to stay with touchy hand Mike, I don't know why you would want to stay with Mike. I mean, just look at him. But there was a deadline for people who wanted to quit. And if you didn't quit before August 31st, then you weren't allowed to quit and you were okay with everything Mike was doing, which a lot of the employees were not, which is why he has lost a ton of employees in the past few days. Now, the board at Lab Zeros technically voted him off regarding a bunch of like chats between him and his employees, but Mike owns the company, so it's not really that easy. He also refuses to accept any feedback regarding what he did and didn't show any willingness to change. So he's a fucking dick, which fucking sucks because I love Skullgirls and I love Indivisible. They are two of my favorite games made by these companies, and it fucking sucks that this man is the genius behind behind their code. Oh my god. It's like Jared from Subway making the best fucking footlong, and then you find out, oh, it's Jared from Subway who makes all of this. Fuck. Even further than that, MikeZ has made some very unrealistically high terms if they wanted to get him off of the board. A lot of these terms are very dangerous to the company, seeing as though the company is not a AAA company where they can afford to give Mike his terms and let him fucking leave. This is an indie company. They don't have a lot of money. So what he was proposing was ludicrously high. With that last exchange, MikeZ reversed his stance and said he will not leave the company. He also removed all members of the board to assume full control of Lab Zero Games. Jesus Christ. I am surprised and shocked that not a lot of YouTubers are talking about it. What the fuck is happening at Lab Zero's? This is barring the level of Randy Pitchford-ness like type asshole. And that man was found with child porn on his computer and docking his fucking employees' bonus pays. Skullgirls and Indivisible are amazingly good games, and I applaud the people who worked at Lab Zero Games to give us these games. Except for Mike. Mike's a fucking asshole. You have a ton of talented people there, and it sucks that this company has to go through a lot just to make games. To MikeZ being a fucking weirdo, this company has been through a lot, and it fucking sucks. It fucking sucks because I want them to succeed, you know? This is like literally the only game company that I want them to succeed. I love Skullgirls, and I love the hype that it got when it was first shown. Everybody was just Skullgirls this, Skullgirls that. Skullgirls! You know, everybody. I love Indivisible for being such a humongous project for the company and just being fun to play. Unfortunately, Indivisible is the one that I fear will never get a sequel or will never get a DLC or anything, unfortunately. See, Skullgirls is actually not owned by Lab Zero's. It's actually owned by Autumn Games, so they're allowed to make as much content as they can without Lab Zero's butting in or without MikeZ touching the project all over again and ruining everything. But when it comes to Indivisible, that's the one that has the most problems because this was made 100% by Lab Zero Games, which is fucked because that means we can't get an Indivisible 2 and Dar's DLC. Fuck, that sucks. With this video, I just wanted to shed a light on what's happening at Lab Zero Games because not a lot of YouTubers are talking about this, and it baffles me. Also, I want to draw attention to MikeZ because this isn't the first offense he's had, or this isn't the first time people are coming out regarding a lot of shit that he's done, or a lot of inappropriate shit. He mocks this up as being awkward, but dude, just keep it in your pants. Just jerk off. Just don't. Please. I love Skullgirls. I love Indivisible. Get your fucking salad finger looking ass away from it. He has also harassed Bunny Ayumi. No one does that. No one does that to Bunny. It also seems that like a lot of people who used to support Skullgirls are now kind of turning a blind eye as to the whole situation that's happening with Mike, which isn't the case. You shouldn't be doing that. They mock it off as him being awkward. I don't know. Screaming at kids isn't being awkward, all right? That doesn't scream awkward to me. There have also been official statements regarding Lab Zero's from Autumn Games themselves regarding Skullgirls Mobile, which, for those of you that don't know, Skullgirls is still going to have a lot of DLC. They're going to have Annie of the Stars, even though I would have loved Umbrella, but you know what? Hey.
Annie of the Stars, I'll take it.
And they're also going to have a lot more content for Skullgirls Mobile, which I'm very glad that this has happened. But I want to end this video with saying that you shouldn't support MikeZ, but you should support Lab Zero Games. I don't know how to say this other than this is the one time that you have to separate the artist from his art and essentially fuck MikeZ, but support the wonderful people who work at Lab Zero's or are still working at Lab Zero Games. They have done amazingly good work. MikeZ is a waste of fecal matter. I've praised him in the past for his coding skills, but when it comes to his human skills, no, that's a big no to me. That's a big no. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I just wanted to shed light on this. It's a little bit of a shorter video, but I promise I will start making more intricate videos. But for now, this is what I wanted to talk to you about. I love Skullgirls. I love Indivisible. MikeZ is a fucking asshole, and I hope the internet gets him. I really do hope. Yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you like this video, please like, leave a comment in the videos. See you guys next time. We'll resume. Until then, don't be a stranger. I am pressing the button. I am just lowering down. I am gone. I'm gone. Play the intro with Sombra. Yeah.